All right. Hey, I just want to thank Eric so much for helping us out, having us down here. Thanks, Aaron, Monica, Merrick. Thank you. Thanks to the other poets here, and thank you. It's a great audience. Really appreciate you being here. As Eric said, I'm in Morgantown. We do poetry up there as well. It's a real honor to be down here in Lewisburg. If anyone comes up to Morgantown up that way, third Thursday every month, we're at the Monongalia Arts Center, and it's an open mic, so you're always welcome to come up. My work spans different themes. This poem, Starbus, that Eric mentioned, it was on Mountain Line's Poetry on the Move. They put the poems in the city buses, which was really, really cool. I was inspired to write this because I think I read something that Carl Sagan wrote about we all have a little bit of stardust left in us from the Big Bang. And that touched me. Like, it made me feel that we all have something in common that's fundamental. And so I've been reading some Langston Hughes and trying to bring some simplicity into my poetry. This is titled Starbus. I'm bicycling. I'm walking. I'm using a cane. I'm using a wheelchair. Bus embraces us. Sun glitters seats. Girl with water bottle. Man with newspaper. Boy with dark glasses. Woman with white hair. We journey together. Stardust. So the idea is to try to pack in some meaning into a few words. Some of my poems are a little more wordy. Not this one in particular, but it's called The Keeper of the Mountains. This is a very recent poem, and it's kind of tied in with my novel, which I'll get to, but we'll go through another round. The Keeper of the Mountains, Larry Gibson, are you all familiar with Larry Gibson? He has recently passed away, and my friend Michelle knew him very well. So I've been reflecting on what his legacy means, but I believe I wrote this poem before he passed. So the title is The Keeper of the Mountains, and there is a foundation also called The Keeper of the Mountains. The keeper's children embrace the rising and the setting sun. They drink from the misty tear ducts of rivers. Their arms shelter the caterpillar, deer, beaver, and bear. The eagle soars over the children's rugged backbones. The oak sinks long, curled fingers into timeless depths. Life circulates through life infinite. The keeper of the mountains built our home through billions of stars, traveling through all forms. The keeper's fingertips know more than will ever be known. Longer still, the keeper whittled the land with the waters. Softness transforms hardness. Who then will survive by destroying these children, by turning one's back on the keeper? How can one become so hardened to those things which softness loves? Hey, thanks a lot.
Fourth poet is no stranger to poetry here in the Lewisburg area. His name is Tim Armentrout, and he currently lives in the Beckley area, but he was here while his wife went through the O School ordeal, I guess would be the term to pin to that. He's the author of Avoiding the End, Incomplete Poems, and All This Falling Away. He's also the co-editor of Livestock Editions and serves as the editor-in-chief of Beckley Online. More of his work can be found at his blog, breathmadevisible.blogspot.com. Tim Armentrout.
How's it going? I'm going to open with two really old pieces in the vein of Halloween and Joe coming in and bringing some of the energy of slam readings, which I haven't been to in a long time. So I'm going to open up. I wrote this piece maybe 2002. Someone can correct me if they remember when Senator Paul Wellstone's plane actually went down. This was right after that. It was right around this time of year, almost Halloween, and I think I actually wrote the piece for a reading we were doing for Halloween when I was an undergraduate. This is called No Fear of Fantasy. It's not the thought of ghosts and goblins. I grew up on skulls and scary faces, and I know a demon in disguise when I see one. What's terrifying is that I can't stop smoking cigarettes because I'm too addicted to dying. What's terrifying is that I can no longer turn on the TV because I can't tell through all those masks exactly who's trying to kill me, whether it's Muhammad and his pseudo-son or just trusty old President Dumb seeking to prove that America still has the biggest guns with silencers strong enough to send down the only radical opposition to this war a mere 11 days before the election. So now he's making up for Daddy's mistakes by refusing to wait on Saddam to break and allow the UN inspection. What's terrifying is that it's no longer a question of why, but a matter of how long before the sum of our years and all that we fear become wrapped in the sound of a bomb. Woo! I had this one memorized at one point, and I don't think that I do anymore, so I'm going to keep my notes handy. I'm going to try to tone it down a notch, Adam, because there's a...
Oh, you don't have to. She's heard it all.
Okay, good. Good. Just makes me a little nervous every
Please
time when I
don't.
see that. I'm going,
Let her rip.
oh,
Let her rip.
I'm going to be that guy again. All right.
You're not going to take your shirt off, are you?
No.
Okay, we're good then. We're good.
I'll leave that to Russell. So, this is another older piece. This was written just at the tail end of the second term of the Bush. The second term of the second Bush era, and I don't know, with a lot of these pieces sometimes I kind of feel like the time sensitivity makes them not worth reading anymore, but I don't know about you guys, but I'm still, especially right now, feeling the aftermath of what all that caused and where we're at right now. So it seems just as timely now to have read it, to read it now as it did then. This is Letter to the Republic of Oppression, Part 2.
I'm ready.
As the warring worlds wave banners of pretension, most Americans are still willing to give Hannah Montana their attention, even pay the girl millions for selling out each and every 12-year-old to help make her daddy feel useful again after all the royalties ran out from that achy-breaky thing he used to do. Look, my bills get tough too, but it ain't worth selling out the nation when you can tune in to any TV or radio station and learn about the devastation of the day for lives both near and far away. Instead of walking in the shadows of the ethereal past, we've got to abandon the idea that humanity used to be chaste, because a cruel sun has risen and the promised land is being given away as we sit down together to watch the gutless game that's being played. Armies of ultra-conservative, radically fundamentalist, hypocritical religious nuts are dueling in desert mist, but both chains of command link back to terrorists. and the hordes of other imperial misleaders who are responsible for all of this. The ones on our side claim we are righteous. We have noble intentions, unlike sinister aims. At least that's what our spokesman relentlessly proclaims. But that overgrown, spoiled brat speaks oil-slick Texas jargon to try to mask the same sick intentions that Hitler once laced in German. Just think about all the children dying. Think about all the children dying as a result of his bold-faced lying. Think about the dry desert sand hitting young teeth as an optionless soldier shovels silently and begs to bury grief. As a matter of fact, think about Auschwitz. Think about the breathless burning Jews, because their deaths are with his fortunes too. Listen close as he blames the CIA for misinformation he's been supplying since that first phony day. $1 for every grave to have his path to power paved. One group of bloodthirsty men to further complicate the meaning of friendly fire as they lock, load, shoot, and grin. And one national emergency to rewrite some 250-odd years of American history. September 11th was no attack. It was a plan that was ignored on purpose. 3,000 lives that mean no more to him than the 6 million piles of ash old man Prescott left smoldering throughout Europe. And what is to become of us? Our arguments repeatedly swallowed and thrown back up by these cowards who are still too scared to admit that they might as well have blown up those fucking towers. The people. For what? You see, it was just the fuse that started in the Middle East. All the while the detonator was here, safe, sound, and well prepared to do away with the outdated hippie notions of clean air, free speech, long hair, and don't you dare speak a word in dissent. We'll drag your ass right out of that FEMA trailer you rent. Just keep buying into whatever bullshit keeps you occupied. And you won't even have to worry about what they've been able to hide while you were out shopping. But I feel each and every bomb dropping and come here to tell that there is no such thing as terrorism toppling when we live in a country characterized by oblivious fear. And for those of you who say the end is near, who say this is all divine revelation, for each and every member of the Republican administration who are sticking their tongues out at this, take a breath, pucker your lips, because each and every one of you can suck my politic.